Welcome back, Devils fans. It is your host, Ace, here on Running with the Devils, where we are talking New Jersey Devils hockey all year long. Please hit that subscribe button, smash the like, share it with a friend. Thank you very much. And I hope all of your summers are going well. I've been trying to do summer things with my nephews. We're outside at the pool and doing a bunch of stuff. We are in the dog days of summer, not a lot going on. And today a headline comes out. Nothing too crazy, something we all expected. Devils re-sign forward Nolan Foote. And at this point, guys, if the Prudential Center and the Devils announced that they hired new janitors for the arena, I'd be making a video on that too. We got nothing. But Devils re-sign forward Nolan Foote. The release reads, the New Jersey Devils announced today that the team has re-signed restricted free agent forward Nolan Foote to a one-year, two-way contract worth $825,000 at the NHL level and $150,000, $200,000 guaranteed. I'm not sure what that means exactly. At the AHL level, the announcement was made by President General Manager Tom Fitzgerald. Foote, 23, tallied 1 goal in 4 games last season, returning late in the year after he was sidelined for the majority of 23-24 due to a lower back injury. The 6'4", 200-pound forward also played in 4 games with New Jersey's American Hockey League affiliate in Utica and recorded 3 goals and 1 assist for 4 points. So there it is. The second of the remaining restricted free agents. First, we get Nico Dawes' contract out of the way. Now Nolan Foote. Obviously, this was expected by most, and he's going to be one of these guys competing for a spot in the lineup this year. A lot of people think he could be a great bottom 6 player, and there's some that think his potential is higher and that he could possibly see top 6 minutes at some point during the season. I do think that because of his injury and the limited amount of time we've seen him, we don't really know exactly what we have in him yet, and I'm hoping for the best. It would be amazing if this kid turned out to be, a decent contributor in the top 6 anytime soon. Obviously, he's still very young, but I do think he will at least crack the lineup to start the season. And who knows, with the shufflings and things we're going to see, there does seem to be a spot in the top 6 up for grabs. I think we're going to see some guys get at least short auditions in that position, and I think Foote could be one of those guys. Hoping for the best from him. And a little side note for some of you younger fans, Nolan Foote's father, Adam Foote, was a very good defenseman for the Avalanche back in the day. And Adam Foote, Nolan's father, put a dagger in my heart, along with many of the other Devils fans, in 2001. And to make a long story short, 2001 Stanley Cup Finals, the New Jersey Devils looking to win back-to-back cups, going up against the mighty Colorado Avalanche in the Stanley Cup Finals. And with the series 3-2 in favor of the Devils, heading to Continental Airlines Arena with a chance to win the cup. Lord Stanley in the building. Up 3-2, the Devils go out in Game 6 and unfortunately drop a stinker. It's still hard for me to talk about. The Devils got destroyed that game 4-0, which tied the series for the Avalanche before we go to Game 7 in Colorado and lose, blowing the series. One of the most painful losses as a sports fan in my entire life. And, I'll never get over it. I was at Game 6, hoping to see the Cup that night. After being at Game 5 of the Cup Finals against Dallas the year before, with the Devils up 3-1, chance to win the Cup, they lose that in the overtime. Mike Modano tip, 1-0, outstanding goaltending duel between Martin-Brodeur and Ed Belfour. So now I'm 15 years old, about to be 16, at Game 6 of the 2001 Cup Finals. I'm like, all right, I didn't get to see the Cup in person last year. Maybe this is my year. It was not to be. And Adam Foote scored the game-winning goal. The first goal of the game for the Avalanche ended up being the game winner. And Adam Foote got that at 18:02 of the first period with an absolute blast. Beats Marty. And that's all the Avalanche needed that night. They went on to win the game 4-0, tied the series at 3-3. Devils get on the jet, head out to Colorado, lose Game 7, and that 2001 Stanley Cup Finals series will forever be one I'll never forget or get over. And that was, the head-to-head cup for Patrick Roy and Martin-Brodeur. Obviously, had Marty won that, he would have finished his career with 4 cups, and Roy would have had the 3 instead of vice versa. Painful to this day. And I actually made a joke about it to Nolan Foote when I spoke to him months back. He was only a few months old at the time, but he said his old man has talked to him about it in depth. But Adam Foote, great defenseman for the Avalanche, father of Nolan, beats Marty on a cannon blast slap shot, and that's it. What a horrible time, man. Wow, that 2001 series, that was the one that got away. But great to see Foote back. Let's see what he could do. And now after the Foote signing, coming after the Nico Daws signing, the only signing left on the board for Tom Fitzgerald in this New Jersey Devils club to get done is Dawson Mercer, the big one of the remaining three. Still no news on Dawson Mercer. I'm imagining that this is being worked on behind the scenes, and I'd expect it to I don't know, in the next week or two. I mean, I hope this doesn't get super tight. Training camp is starting in a little over a month, I believe. And Dawson Mercer is the last RFA remaining on the board for the Devils to get taken care of, and we've heard really nothing about it. Cap space is certainly tight, and so I think we're going to see probably some sort of bridge deal for Dawson Mercer before he gets his big payday after that. But I'm not going to lie, seems a little stretched out. I don't know. Obviously, I think Mercer could be a great player for this club. I am a big Dawson Mercer fan, and I'm hoping for big things from him as well. And I'd imagine that most of us think that he's definitely going to be a top 6 player for the team next season, and that would give us, we have the big 4. I think Mercer's going to have to be there. 5, and then that sixth spot in the top 6, I think we're going to see a lot of guys audition there at some point. I really do. I think Tatar will have a look at some points. I think Cotter could make a case for himself. I think Foote possibly can. And so, maybe even Nason. I mean, listen, a lot of people are going to be like, these guys aren't top 6 players. And I've talked about this in previous videos, right? Our top 4 being Jack Hughes, Nico Hischier, Timo Meier, Jesper Bratt are so damn good that I feel like almost any 2 NHL players added to that 4 would make a very good overall top 6 because those top 4 are amazing. Amongst the best in the league as far as top 4 goes. So now if we could just figure out, those next 2 pieces, but I fully believe one of them will be Dawson Mercer. So that I think he's a very good player, and I think he's going to continue to develop and really show us his potential. And then that 6th and final spot, like I said, I think we're going to see a kind of rotisserie of guys going through there, and I don't see any reason why a guy like Foote or possibly Tatar or Nason or Cotter could stick there. I think if I had to pick who I think is going to be there for most of the time or like long term, for some reason, I just have a really good feeling about Cotter. And I feel like Fitzgerald and the Devils were very high on Cotter when they traded for him. Obviously, the price that we paid, with Holtz and Schmid going to Vegas for him, a lot of people were surprised, including myself. And I will admit, right after the deal happened, I did overreact and made a video. And people were like, coming after me. But that's nothing new. People come after me for everything. What are you going to do? It's, part of the game of all of this, I suppose. But I do think the team is very high in him. They think that he was nowhere near his potential in Vegas, and I think they have big plans for him on this New Jersey Devils club next season, and I do think part of that could be giving Cotter a real chance to crack that top 6 and see what he could do. I mean, if you've seen some of the videos, he has the hands, he has the moves, he has some speed. He obviously brings that heavier, edgier, more violent type game, and those are the kind of guys I love. Throwback hockey players. He definitely is in that mold, in my opinion. And if he could get with the right line mates and find some magic, we may see him have his best offensive season of his career. And I'm rooting for that. I do like Cotter. The more I kind of read about him and see these clips, I think there's a lot of potential there. And I think Fitzgerald was counting on that when we made the deal for him. And so I think he's going to really get a chance to earn that role. Will be interesting, but Nolan Foote locked up. Only Mercer remains. Let me know what you guys think about this. What do you think about Foote being re-signed? What do you think about the looming Dawson Mercer deal? It's all very interesting, but here we are just a couple days shy of mid-August. Not a lot going on, and we have one guy left to sign, and it's Dawson Mercer. I'll be back with some other stuff soon. Throw anything out there in the comments Devils related. I love talking to all, anything, everything Devils hockey. Throw it out there. I'll be back soon. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. Until next time, friends. Let's go, Devils.